everyone. My name is Brianna Rivera, and my presentation is about the threatened species coral. I will be sharing with you the characteristics and ecological benefits of coral, why it is a threatened species, and what we can do to preserve the coral reef ecosystem. Corals are plant-like animals that are made up of hundreds of tiny individual organisms called polyps. The base of the coral is a hard skeleton, usually made up of a sturdy material called calcium carbonate. This skeleton serves as a base for the softer polyps to attach onto. They survive off of smaller photosynthetic algae that live inside the coral's tissue and provide them with food in return for shelter. These organisms are usually found in large formations of coral called colonies. They grow by building up more calcium carbonate from the inside out, which allows them to grow into these large and complex structures. Most of these animals are located in the coral reef ecosystems near the coast. They offer shelter and food to many other animals that live in this ecosystem, such as sea turtles, starfish, and other tiny fish. According to the film Chasing Coral, approximately 80 to 90% of all coral reefs in Florida are now completely dead, leaving only weak and dry skeletons. In the past 3 decades, we have lost about 50% of all the corals around the world. Climate change has also caused coral bleaching, which means that the coral is dying and turning white in color due to the change in temperature. After the corals turn white, they lose their ability to photosynthesize and significantly lower their survival rate. The ocean is affected greatly by climate change, since a great amount of the carbon dioxide that is released into the atmosphere is absorbed by the ocean. Carbon emissions from cars, factories, and other fuel-burning machinery play a role in heating the ocean water and damaging coral reefs. The quick heating rates don't allow the coral to adapt to the new ocean temperature, causing them to die faster. By lowering our carbon footprint, humans can save the diminishing communities of coral and restore ocean ecosystems. Should we save the coral reefs? Yes, we should. Although many people do not believe that coral reefs make much of an impact, they actually provide a lot of benefits to both animals and humans. Coral reefs protect coastlines from storms and erosion, provide jobs for local communities, and offer opportunities for recreation. Local fisheries thrive when the coral reef ecosystems are healthy and full of fish to sell. They are also a source of food and new medicines for humans. Over 500 million people depend on reefs for food, income, and protection. Many organisms found in the coral reefs produce chemicals that have been used in studies for treating cardiovascular diseases, ulcers, leukemia, lymphoma, and skin cancer. Also, thinking on the basis of ethics, we as humans shouldn't get to decide whether or not a species matters. We should focus on saving as many species as possible, regardless of their functionality. We may not see the true importance of coral, but the millions of sea animals that interact with it on a daily basis do. Coral are a keystone species in the shallow water ecosystem. As I mentioned before, they provide food and shelter for many animals that live in the coral reefs. Although they make up less than 0.1% of the Earth's surface, coral reefs are the most biodiverse marine ecosystem in the world. 840 species of corals are home to nearly 4,000 species of reef fish and over 1 million species of other animals. Coral reefs also act as a buffer to protect the coasts from waves, storms, and floods. The coral structure interferes with waves in order to prevent deaths, damages, and erosion due to these natural disasters. It is without a doubt that corals are a keystone species in the coral reef ecosystems around the world, and they would devastate entire populations of animals if they were to be wiped out completely. In order to save corals and help preserve the coral reef ecosystems, We must lower our atmospheric carbon emissions. Since the ocean absorbs large amount of carbon dioxide, we have to treat the issue at the source and make better choices regarding burning fossil fuels. Cleaner energy sources such as solar power are an accessible way to both lower our carbon emissions and meet our energy needs. Electric cars are also a better alternative to traditional cars that run on gasoline, since they emit little to no carbon dioxide at all. Donating to organizations to help prevent the destruction of coral reefs, such as Coral Reef Alliance, also help provide the funding needed to restore the health of corals. And these are the citations for all the information and pictures that are available here in my PowerPoint. And thank you very much for your attention, and I hope you learned a lot. Thank you.